Hi again, everyone. This video will focus on the Asian American portrayal in entertainment media. So we'll start with this Charlie Chan series. Charlie Chan is a fictional Honolulu police detective created for a series of mystery novels. And the benevolent and the heroic Chan was conceived as an alternative to Yellow Peril stereotypes and the villains like Fu Manchu. Many stories feature Chan traveling the world beyond Hawaii as he investigates mysteries and solves crimes. Chan first appeared in novels and then was featured in a number of media, including film, radio, TV, and comics. Over 4 dozen films featuring Charlie Chan were made beginning in 1926. The character, featured only as a supporting character, was first portrayed by East Asian actors, and the films met with little success. In 1931, for the first film centering on Chan, Charlie Chan Carries On, the Fox Film Corporation cast Swedish actor Warner Oland, and the film became popular. So in total, there are three white actors playing Charlie Chan. So Chan was seen as an attractive character portrayed as intelligent, heroic, benevolent, and honorable. This contrasted the common depiction of Asians as evil or conniving, which dominated Hollywood and the national media in the early 20th century. However, in later decades, critics increasingly took a more ambivalent view of the character. Despite his good qualities, Chan was also perceived as reinforcing condescending Asian stereotypes such as an alleged incapacity to speak idiomatic English and a tradition-bound and subservient nature, such as being polite, bowing, proverbs spouting, mysterious, possibly even smoking opium. So no Charlie Chan film has been produced since 1981. The next movie I want to talk about is The Good Earth, which was released in 1937. This American drama film about Chinese farmers who struggle to survive was adopted and based on the 1931 novel of the same name by Nobel Prize winning author Pearl S. Buck. The film stars Paul Mooney as Wang Long. For her role as his wife Olan, Louise Renard won an Academy Award for Best Actress. The film also won the Academy Award for Best Cinematography and was nominated for Best Director, Best Film Editing, and Best Picture. So I want to add a little bit on this film. Many years ago, I taught a course called China's Image in Film and Literature. So both the novel and the film, I use it for the class. So students first read the novel, and then we watched the 1936 version of this film. And the students, when they read the novel, they loved the wife character Olan, and they thought this was a very rich, multi-layered character portrayed, and very strong woman, cornerstone of the family. But in the film completely changed that. The 1937 production completely changed that character, made her to be a very submissive, obedient, and just following her husband around, completely different character. And the students, compared to the novel, just completely dislike the how movie portrayed this character. And I feel like that shows the Hollywood back then. That was their their image of Asian woman. And so that was how they portrayed her and changed the original um, portrayal in the novel of this character. And by the way, I have video links for both of those films as well. I will include it in the document. And so during World War II, the Asian film focused more on the anti-Japan and pro-China kind of portrayal because of the war. And with the coming of the Korean War, the Cold War, and the McCarthyism, the issue of communism became the focal point of American fears and anxieties. China was once again seen as the home of the yellow peril. Japan, on the other hand, was virtually a US satellite and a close ally by the late 1950s. And popular movies during that time period reflected both attitudes. So from mid 1970s, following the reopening of diplomatic and trade ties with China, the pendulum swung again in China's favor. So, martial arts movie became very popular during that time period. And of course, you guys probably have all heard of Bruce Lee. Um, so he was actually born and raised in California. And when he wanted to be part of the Hollywood film, producers told him that they didn't believe a Chinese actor could be seen as a hero in the eyes of the American television audience. And so he actually had to go to Hong Kong, which uh, was the birthplace of martial art films. So he went there, became very popular in Asia and famous. And so he came back. And of course, at this time, because of his fame, Hollywood start to use him in their martial art film. And I will also have a link for that, for a clip there. So in the more modern era, probably in the 90s and 2000s, Jackie Chan appeared in quite a few Hollywood productions, and oftentimes he played a more comedic roles. For instance, um, sorry, I have to stop recording there because there's a little bit mess up in the PowerPoint. But anyway, going back to um, Jackie Chan. So he had this Rush Hour series, which especially the first one was quite popular with great commercial success. And he was famous for performing most of his own stunts, and he has a long history of doing so throughout his career. And in the post-Vietnam War era, American films producers made the Vietnamese their next target of Asian stereotyping. They were portrayed as crafty, devious, guerrilla warfare perpetrators of violence in films in the 1970s and 80s, including those film. I have the on PowerPoint, Deer Hunter, which was released in 1978, and Platoon, 1986. Both of those movies are very successful. The Deer Hunter won the Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor. Robert De Niro won the Best Actor, and then Platoon starring Charlie Sheen, won the Best Picture and the Best Director. And Deer Hunter was very interesting film, a little bit different from the usual Vietnam War era film. And so the film started with the three steel workers in Pennsylvania, and they're co-workers, but they're also best friends. So they all went to Vietnam War, and it really talk about the impact the war had in their lives, and that just completely changed their lives. Um, the next movie I want to talk about is Joy Luck Club in 1993. So this movie explored Chinese and Chinese American cultural nuances and the resulting interpersonal conflicts through the eyes of three generations of Chinese women. I use this film a lot when I teach communication classes because there are a lot of communication issues in there, especially intercultural communication. So I use a lot of clips there. So the significance of this film lies in its groundbreaking portrayal of the Chinese American immigrant experience and complex mother-daughter relationships. It established a new standard for Asian American representation in Hollywood. The film was one of the first major motion pictures with an all Asian cast, at least the main characters, offering a mainstream platform for authentic storytelling that broke away from stereotypes. The story can also be applied to any social group, even though there are issues uniquely Chinese. So it's not just for Chinese Americans, but the story can be relevant for everybody. So the video link I have is the about the one of the main character, Rose, um, her interactions with her future husband's mother. And so the next movie is called Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in 2000. Sorry, here I think the order is a little bit switched up. There are two other movies that was produced 2018 and 2019. It was later, so it should be earlier. But anyway, I'll talk about Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon first. So, this film is a continuation of the trend toward a more sympathetic view of Chinese culture. The film takes place in 19th century China during the Qing dynasty and deals with love, loyalty, and loss. It's a critical entry into the long and great tradition of the Kung Fu genre. The director, An Li, swept the Oscar nominations, the total in 10 nominations, which is the highest ever for a non-English language film up um, up until it was tied by Roma, which we talked about when we talk about Latino American films. And so eventually it won Best Foreign Language Film and then three other awards. And it also won Best Director at the Golden Globes, which is also a prestigious award for the international film industry, and then four British Academy Awards, including Best Director. So going back to 2018, I should have this slide earlier. This film, Crazy Rich Asian, even though it didn't win any awards, but I think it's still significant because it showcases a predominantly Asian cast in a major Hollywood production, which opened door for more diverse story. It also the film's commercial success as a romantic comedy helped prove that diverse stories could be profitable, leading to a renewed push for more stereotype-free and varied content in the intimate entertainment industry. This film is a South Asian film. When it came out, it was like a sensational film because it won so many awards. So the film follows a poor family who scheme to become employed by a wealthy family, infiltrating their household by posing as unrelated, highly qualified individuals. Parasite won the leading four Academy Awards at the 92nd Academy Awards. So Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Best International Feature Film, becoming the first non-English language film to win the Academy Award for Best Picture. It's the first South Korean film to receive any Academy Award recognition. So this film, some of you, because it's more recent, you guys might have seen it or remember it. It's called Everything Everywhere All at Once. And so this film was it has an interesting backstory. So the filmmaker initially sought Jackie Chan for the leading role before the script was revised to feature a female protagonist as part of a wife-husband duo. It was a success at the 95th Academy Awards and winning a leading seven award out of 11 nominations. So Best Pictures, Best Actress for Michelle Yeoh, Best Supporting Actor for Kwon, Best Supporting Actress for Curtis, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay, and Best Film. So some of them are a huge honor, like Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actress for Michelle Yeoh. And that was the first time an Asian woman has won the Best Actress. Um, so I want to finish up the Asian American portrayals with the two like traditional stereotypes oftentimes appeared in entertainment industry, entertainment media. So one is called the Susie One syndrome. And basically this is like a China doll portrayal. So um, the woman oftentimes it's beautiful, docile and sensual. So with long hair, long legs, and slit dress. So the film Susie Wong, The World of Susie Wong depicted that, and I have a clip for that as well. Another stereotype is called woman warrior, so it's also dragon lady. So this is a like a more contemporary woman. Their strength and independence is measured by her ability to master her maneuvers in the martial arts. So it's all martial art film, and the representative films, Rush Hour and Charlie's Angel. And so one uh, TV series lasted 6 seasons, Fresh Off the Boat. Um, The reason I want to mention this film series, the TV series, is because it is the first network television sitcom in the US to feature a family of Asian Americans as main characters in over 20 years, and the longest running sitcom to center on an Asian American family in US television history. And so the next section is about Native Americans' portrayal in entertainment media. And we talked about some of the stereotypes for Native Americans in our previous lectures. So, in the midst of the civil rights movement, white Americans was experiencing guilt over the historical and persistent mistreatment of Native Americans. The 1970s can generally be viewed as the decade when movie portrayals became pro-Native American. Although the image of the violent Indian remained into the 1980s, um, Hollywood tend to mitigate the violence by placing it in the context of survival, self-defense, or retribution. So the 1990s brought more sympathetic, although idealized portrayal of Native Americans to the big screen, such as Dances with Wolves and Pocahontas in 1995, even though Pocahontas is somewhat controversial if you have watched the film and heard of some people said it's not the authentic or true story. And also I have videos to go along with it. So overall, the TV industry, Latino and Native Americans, they were grossly underrepresented in prime time, and Asian Americans, they were oftentimes more supporting roles and non-mainstream. So that is it for the all the recordings for Latin Americans, Asian Americans, and Native Americans.